Reaching the prime age of 10, the newfound joy of decorating, my parents took me to a wonderland for little kids, IKEA. Running through the aisles and jumping from exhibit to exhibit, looking for something to put into my branding room. And at last, I settled on a simple rectangular desk with the shortest list of instructions IKEA had to provide. However, assembling the desk was far from simple and was a much more daunting task. As I was screwing in the last leg, it continuously slipped out, and I was left with the 3-leg desk that was deemed unstable. The next day, my dad went to IKEA and brought home a simple triangular-shaped desk that was able to help me do all the work that was necessary. Now, all of a sudden, 3 legs were considered to be the standard and 4 were considered to be damaged. The stability of objects such as a desk or isotopic elements can be explained through mathematical or chemical formulas defined by some of the world's most brilliant minds. However, the concept of stability with someone's personality is one that doesn't have one single correct answer. For example, let's take 2 students who both go to Hopewell High School. Student A is someone who's always constantly laughing and socializing with their friends, while student B is someone who's more introverted and is always in the corner. Some may easily write off student A as someone who's more extroverted and someone who's more emotionally stable. On the flip side, others may say that student B is someone who's more in touch with their emotions and is someone who's more regulated on a physiological level. Dunbar's number is a suggested cognitive limit to the number of individuals with whom one can maintain a stable relationship with, which ranges between 100 and 250 individuals. Furthermore, studies show that it takes between 80 to 100 hours to call someone a friend and almost 200 hours to call someone a best friend. This implies that perhaps student B is actually someone who's actually more emotionally intelligent, as they're easily able to define their time to only friends and not spread their time so thin, and making sure that they're not enhanced in all the drama. Regardless, both individuals show predictable behaviors based on their past, so why are we so quick to assume who is and isn't stable? According to the Financial Health Network, as of 2019, almost 29% of individuals in the United States are labeled as financially healthy. The terms for this are defined as spending, saving, and planning in a way that will ensure long-term success. However, there's a key problem with this statement, which comes down to that the idea of long-term success is something that's very relative. We have been conditioned to believe that our home, finance, health, relationships, and even our emotions define what stability is. When we sit down and analyze what each of these sections individually mean, it's important to note that there's a lot that goes into it. Does a 5-bed, 5-bath home define your success, or the woman who makes almost $1,000 a day just by posting on Instagram? Does your relationship status, as posed by Facebook, determine where you'll be in 5 years? The answers to both of these questions is something that's very subjective to who you are and what you believe as an individual. And even then, what is the idea of stability? The definition itself is something that's not stable and one that is constantly shifting as time goes on. These expectations also seem to be shifting with the generations that pass getting more and more progressive as a society. When we determine the aspects of a healthy relationship or individual, we're quick to assume whether one is dysfunctional or not, rather than taking our time to sit back and analyze the different aspects of a relationship. Now, I'm sure many of us here sit down and define someone as stable when they have a partner and they're settled down by the time they're 30 in a home in upstate New York. These ever-changing, to go even further, society tends to actually look down on someone who's not a homeowner by the time they're 30, or someone who's not already married with kids by the time that they're 35. These ever-changing factors are ones that are constantly going to be shifting with the generations that pass by. So it's important to holistically view all the different aspects of what we consider stable and differentiate that from us as an individual and from what society tells us to consider stable. So when we question what stability is, do we need to analyze, is it confidence? Is it a stable income? Or is it the determination to change the world in some way or another? Regardless, we need to all take a step back here today and understand that we need to analyze what the different aspects of a relationship can actually mean and truly understand what stability means in the world around us today.